Hello, everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCalsabre here. How are you all doing? Thanks for stopping by. Well, last week I did an unboxing, said a couple new ones had come in, but I only got one of them out. So I want to get the second one out today so you can take a look at it and make up your mind whether this was something that you would like to add to your collection or just get for any other reason. So let's go down to the table and see what we got. All right. Got a little bit of a glare going here. If it gets too bad, I will take it, put it on pause and change the lighting around. We have Christopher Muller's Brothers at War, a brigade command in the American Civil War. This is 1862, and it's going to cover 4 games: Antietam, Fox's Gap, Mill Springs, and Valverde. This is published by Compass Games. So let's get this shrink wrap off and then take a look at the back. I like the art on here. Okay. Okay, Brothers at War. Here comes the rebels. It is a crisp year for the North as invading armies march into Maryland, West Virginia, and New Mexico. It says Brothers at War is a quick playing brigade commander's view of the American Civil War. The game's 4 maps feature historical backgrounds, each roughly a mile square, a cannon shot from end to end. Unit density varies from Valverde, in which each side only has a single brigade, to the bloody cornfield at Antietam, where 14 Union brigades clashed with 12 Confederate brigades. Turns are highly interactive. Brigades track reserves and casualty on an easy-to-use displays. Skirmishers block enemy line of sight. Battle cards like cowardly legs that force retreat or well drilled that allows overstacking add to the claim of the chaos of the game. It says its complexity is medium to high. 1 turn is 20 minutes. Map scale is 100 yards per hex. Unit scale regiments and batteries. Number of players 2. Suitability for solitaire 1 is medium. The average time play 1 to 4 hours, depending on the scenario, and recommended age 14 plus. Some of the other stuff. That I've already covered. So we got 4 maps in here. This is interesting. Let's get looking at the inside. Well, we got 6d6s, blue and gray. I like the thematic coloring of the dice. And we got a little slip in here. It says offboard artillery cards. It must be it's a war clarification. All right, I'll have to get that into the rule book. Some cards we'll look at a little later. We have a scenario book and a rule book. Okay, let's take a look at the rule book here. I always like to just see what it's going to check in as. Formations on the back. 21. 24 pages counting the back. Okay. You can see we got this colored. I don't know what kind of paper this is. A nice smooth paper. Got a nice example of the fences and so forth. Doubles columned. Activation markers. Not a lot of pictures. Here's an example down here. Now we got 3 examples on the left page over here. Fire combat, examples of combined fire, More examples. Line of sight shadows. Oh, and then we got some examples of hex sides and line of sight. Nice big examples. I was like that line of sight. Some line of sight and supplier are my two biggest things that give me headaches during a game. I don't care what game it is. As long as if it's in there, it gives me a headache. Combat results. Yeah, if anybody's wondering about the one that I unboxed last week, I'm hoping to get that onto the table maybe next week in the get it playing. Special units, that's a skirmishers they talked about. The deck, the battle cards. Battle cards, huh? Thought maybe it was like a chit pull card, but we'll see. Maybe it will act similar to that. Okay, battle card clarifications. All right, so that's the rule book. It's not too big. And then this is the scenarios. Good size scenario book. It's Antietam, September 17th, 1862. Miller's. No, there's four scenarios in here for Antietam. That's nice. Okay, we recommend playing Scenario 5, Garland's Last Stand, for your first game of Brothers at War. Here's Antietam. Oh, look at this. Setups. And here's the Battle of South Mountain. Garland's Last Stand is in this one, and there's three scenarios in it. Mill Springs has three scenarios in it. Nice pictures of probably the maps. Here comes the Johnnies. Then the Battle of Valverde. We have three scenarios in that one also. So this is nice. We got four different battles. Well, each three scenarios. So we got 12 or 13 different scenarios. There's scenario 12 right there. And scenario 13. Guns in the Rio Grande. Notes on the units in the game. Designer's notes. Nice little page of them. Or more. And then notes on the units. And okay, I think these maps are fairly good size, so I'm gonna put one map out, not all four of them. So I'm gonna have to pause it for a second here while we. Okay, here's the map here. We get it up a little bit higher, get it a little bit better up on the top. We got to turn. This is Valverde, Guns in the Rio, the New Mexico territory. Here's the turn tracks. We got some other must be reinforcements up in here, and a reinforcement key. Nice, like inch and a half hexes. That is great. Okay. So what do you put in the hexes? I haven't showed you any of the the counters yet, have I? All right, so let's take a look at some of the counters. All right, we got oh, they're already falling out. I gotta be careful. I'll get them all over the floor. We got 5 sheets of counters. Look like half-inch counters. And that's upside down for you to read. Okay. don't want to be. A lot of admin counters are. I can feel them wanting to fall out of here very easily. See that how that's working? So I want to be careful. I don't want to get them all over the place. So I'm gonna be doing some punching while I watch TV on that one. They just a whole bunch just fell out there. You guys like grab a little bit of them and give a little bit closer look on them. All right, now we have some player aids, I believe, in here. I still got some markers down here, or counters down here. Let me get these back in the box if I can. And they're all over. So they're not going to be hard to punch out. Okay, we got guess this is where the one that says you're tracking your replacements and everything. And yeah. Okay, see where it's exhausted here. So these units must go work as they're hit or you move or whatever, move down to the exhausted area. Tatum, and this is Mill Springs, the Union. Then we have Mill Springs, and I'm sure it's the rebels on the other side also. No, it's the Union. Okay, this is Antietam. And we got the Antietam activation track. I think this Valverde, I think we're going to be taking some extra space for setup on these. Activation track for Mill Springs. South Mountain activation track. And we got South Mountain here also. Fox's Gap. And we got a Longstreet's Core. A lot of tracking charts, huh? At least they're not all for one scenario. South Mountain. Okay, and then we got two of these trifolds. They look like we got the sequence of play right on the trifold, which I like. And then we have terrain effects. Movement points. Skirmishers, mounted cavalry. Tells you what each one may not assault. And then combat resolution. This looks like it's going to be a fun one also. You know what I did not see, and I hope I was wrong. I did not see an index. Yeah. Now there's a table of contents. I wish everybody would do a nice index. So much easier to find, especially at my age. I can't remember things as well as I used to when I was a youngster, and so I have to be looking a lot of stuff up. And it also takes me longer to play the games, but what else do I have to do? All right, we're going to get these cards open. See what these battle cards look like. Excuse me. Yeah. They look like, okay, here, these are quick fire, point blank fires, skedaddle, veteran skirmishers. This looks like it could be cards like a chip pull substitution type card, but I'll find out. We got panic and fire and close, fastest with the mostest, the slows. all this is all. I didn't see any like generals or officers in here, but I might have missed them. So I'm gonna have to a lot of learning to do. Well, once again, I hope this makes gives you a good idea what this game is about and its components, so that you can make a decision if you choose to purchase this or not. This is SoCalSabre saying, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and stay safe.